Good morning. Today we are going to try to make like an apple pie sourdough. So we'll see how we do with that. Not done this before, so see how much starter I have. Sorry, you guys hear my dog in the background. So we're going to do 150 starter. There we go. Now it says 152. It's close enough. And now I got this apple cider. I set it out and let it come up to room temperature. Let me zero this out. We're going to use 300 grams. I might have to add more. I'm not sure. I haven't worked with this before. .302. We're going to mix this up a little bit. Get it off my scale. That smells good. Okay. Now we're going to do 500 grams of just regular bread flour. I think I have enough in here. Okay. Yep. And I do 12 grams of salt. Okay. Now I'm going to get it all mixed up. I might have to put more liquid in here. Yeah, it looks really dry. I probably will need more liquid. So 300 grams definitely wasn't enough for the liquid. Let's see how much more. So I added 20 more grams. And I don't want it really wet because I'm going to be adding brown sugar to it with the apples, and they're going to have juice as well. So I'm afraid it'll turn into too much of a hot mess. All right, let me get in here with this. And I really love this dough hook. It is so much easier to clean than the other kind. I do have the other one, but I never use it anymore. Sorry, if you hear my dog back there, she's upset because the neighbor's dog is out and she wants to be outside. But she was literally just outside 30 minutes ago. Okay, it's starting to come together now. Yeah, it's starting to get mixed up. Okay, so like I said, this is the first time I'm making this. I didn't do any test run or anything like that. We're just going to try this for the first time together and see what we come up with. So I did a total of 320 grams of apple cider. Stella, you have to wait a minute, baby. Okay, wait a minute. She's excited. She wants to go. Okay, so this looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave this set for an hour, and then I'll come back and do the first set of stretch and folds. Okay, so now we're going to make the inclusions for the apple pie sourdough. We mixed it with the apple cider earlier, so it's almost time to start doing stretch and folds. So I cut up one apple here, and I put them in kind of, bite-sized pieces. You don't want them too big, but that's the way I did it. And to keep them from browning, I just used this lemon juice. You can use fresh lemon juice. You can use lemon zest. But we're going to do about a tablespoon of that. And I'm going to just go ahead and mix this up with this spoon. Oops. And now I'm going to take my homemade brown sugar, and I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. I like mine a little bit on the sweet side, so this is just more of personal preference. If you don't want it as sweet, you can use less brown sugar. Let's just get that mixed in there. Make sure everything is nice and coated. Okay, so now we're going to start in with the spices. This is only a half a teaspoon, but we need 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Sorry, my dog is trying to dig her bed. Stella, no, baby. No. You need to lie down, be a good girl. Okay. Sorry, now I guess she's situated. So we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And then you're going to use 1/8 teaspoon of ginger. 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom. 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves. And you're just going to do a pinch of each of allspice and nutmeg. Just a little pinch. Because these are pretty strong seasonings. You don't want too much. Ooh, I know if I have a little pinch in there. I have to add that to my shopping list. And then you're just going to mix all of this up. And then I'm going to incorporate this in when I do stretch and fold. So I'll put some in for each set of stretch and folds because I want it all the way out, all the way through the dough. I don't want it being clumped in one area. But that's what we're looking at right now. There went the timer to start doing our stretch and fold.
Your timer is done.
Alexa, timer off. So that was like perfect timing right there. So let's grab the dough. There's my dough. And I'm only gonna put a little bit because I'm gonna put some with each stretch and fold to try to get it incorporated in. So and of course as we do it, it will loosen up. Oh, this is going to be good. I can tell already. So there we go with the first set of stretch and folds. And if I don't use all that mixture, that's fine because I'll eat it. I mean, it's just like an apple pie filling. I'm sure it's very good. Okay, so we're going to leave that set and wait another hour. I always like to let mine rest an hour in between stretch and folds, and then I'll come back and do the second, third, and fourth set of stretch and folds. Okay, the timer just went off, so it's time for our second set of stretch and folds. So you can see what it looks like. Trying to get all the apples to stick in there. I'm going to add, hold on, let me rinse my hands. Sorry about that. I'm going to add some more of the apple pie mixture. So I'm going to try to get it all mixed into the dough. That's actually probably going to be more than enough. So as we stretch and fold the next couple of rounds, I won't be adding any more of the apple mixture so that we can just get it all mixed in there. So the rest of it that's left there, I'll just put it in a little bowl and I'll probably have it as a snack later. So we'll just get all this mixed in. Oops. So there we go. We got that all mixed in. So now we're going to cover it back up and leave it set for another hour. And then we'll do another set of stretch and folds. Okay, it's time for the third set of stretch and folds. And here is how we are looking. little wet. Yeah, this is probably going to be a very, very messy loaf, but that's okay. So there we go. Okay. So this will probably be my last set of stretch and folds, and I'm just going to leave it sit and let it bulk up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to have to get this shaped and put in the refrigerator because it's time to start dinner. So it still looks a little bit of a wet mess, and it's a little bit sticky, but it's going to be because it has all that sugar in there. So we're going to give it a whirl. I do have some all-purpose flour that I'm going to be putting on the counter in hopes that it doesn't stick too bad. So let me get that out. Yeah, we're going to need this for sure. And we'll put some on the dough itself. And I'm going to put a lot on the counter. I mean, it came out pretty good. So we'll just hope it turns out good. Now, because of this being a sticky mess, I will not be putting it in my Banneton. I have this baking dish over here. I'm going to put a towel in. Well, I done ripped the top. Let's see. Don't want to do this too much. Because everything's going to fall out. So we're just going to leave it like that. And this is the dish that I'll be using. I'm just going to put the towel in. I'm going to use a bunch of rice flour. One there. And then we'll just have to see how it turns out. And I won't be baking this until tomorrow afternoon. So it will be in the refrigerator for quite a while. So let's just get it flopped in there. Let it settle for a minute, and I'll try to stitch it up a little bit. But I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a mess. So, yep, well, I'll let you I'll let you see what it looks like when I go to bake it tomorrow afternoon. Molly has a vet appointment, so it will be after that when I finally get her baked up. Okay, I just got home and situated, so I'm gonna get this apple pie sourdough in the oven. So it sat like this in my fridge since about 5:30 p.m. yesterday, and it's now about 20 after 2 p.m. So we're going to get her baked up. Oh, she looks like she's going to be a little messy. Let's see what we get out of this. Ooh. Yeah, she's a little flat, a little messy. But that's okay. We're going to bake her up and see how she does. So I forgot I took the cover off that. I almost stabbed my hand. We're going to go this way, actually. Don't want to do too much to it because I don't want everything oozing out. So we're going to sit her down in there. Get her situated. So this is the first time I'm making this. I didn't do any pre-bakes or anything. So we're going to find out what it looks like together when it comes out of the oven. So I've got my oven preheating. I don't heat up anything else. I just start preheating it when I start getting this ready to be put in the oven. So it's just still preheating. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven and set my timer for 50 minutes, and then we'll come back and check on it. Okay, I just got her out of the oven. So let's see what we're working with. All right, let's check her temperature. Okay, yeah, she's definitely done. Just have to take her out and let her cool off. You know we can't cut it now. And put it over here. I got this other piece of parchment paper out because you never know if it's going to be a mess. Had to move that Dutch oven out of the way. There we go. It didn't leak. And some of the apples here are stuck on top. Smells good. Smells like an apple pie. So we'll just have to wait until it cools off before we cut into it. I'm glad to see she got some rise to her, because she was looking pretty flat and deflated. At least she rose a little bit. So I'll have to wait and see when she cools off. So probably about 2 hours or so I'll wait before I cut her. I think it's going to take a little bit longer for her to cool down a little bit. Okay, so it's been like an hour and 40 minutes-ish, something like that. But I want to cut into this. So I just went ahead and cut it down the center. And that is what she is looking like. All the apples. Looks pretty good. And of course, here comes my dogs, because they think they're going to get a piece of this. There we go. And I just wanted to take a bite of it. Oh, it's still a little warm. Oh, it feels good. Oh, yeah. You can see all the sugar and swirls in there. Very good. It's not overly sweet, so that's even better. That's nice. But it's almost dinner time, so I can't eat too much of that. I just want to show you once I got it cut open and taste it for you. I hope you enjoy. Have a great day.